And I got on a subway as if I could possibly catch up to or know where.
But that's so stressful because, of course, your phone is like you're the social media manager.
It's
like,
my life.
You're on post.
My Giphy app was on there.
No.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1.
Welcome back to Girls Rewatch, a podcast about girls,
TV,
and girls on TV. I'm Amelia Retaller.
And I'm Evan Lazarus.
And today, what are we doing, Evan?
We're doing
Season 3, Episode 7, B&B-NYC. We are recording live to you from the Los Angeles Spotify studio.
I know, it feels truly like we're on a college campus. And right now, this is a frat house.
Literally, I'm like, oh God, I should have put like dry shampoo in my hair. The lights in here are not like the lights back in Brooklyn.
We actually keep beating ourselves because this is a 9 a.m. episode recording. And the earliest we've ever done before this is noon.
That's noon New York time.
It's noon New York time.
But you, of course, have transitioned out of New York time because of your time in Anaheim.
Well, now I'm in Podcast City time. Which is the name of the studio we're currently in.
We're recording 3 episodes today. I think this is the last episode that will come out, but it's the first one we're recording. You ready for the episode synopsis, Evan?
Go for it, girl.
B&B-NYC, cold open. Abby and Alana are Skyping while shitting and decide...
To say shitting inside a Spotify studio.
I literally just silenced myself. I was like, girl.
I wrote this one.
Abby and Alana are Skyping while shitting and decide since both of their roommates are gone, they should rent out their apartments for the night to make some cash. Alana and Abby rent out their apartments on the shady Airbnb knockoff. With both of their places occupied, Alana is by a Chinese tourist couple and Abby's by a hot French guy. They decide to camp on Alana's rooftop, which quickly turns disastrous when their tent flies off, causing a major car accident. Left without a place to stay, they overhear talk of a party at the exclusive 40/40 Club and sneak in by pretending to be a part of the Hernandez party. Inside, Alana meets NBA star Blake Griffin and eagerly takes him home, leading to a hilariously awkward attempt at intimacy. AKA, his dick was so big that she could not receive it, so they did a bunch of other quirky stuff to get off instead. Meanwhile, Abby, who has been receiving flirty texts from her French guest, returns to find she's been robbed by him. He wasn't seducing her, he was gathering security answers to break into her safe. Unsure of what to do, she calls Trey, who immediately rushes over, proving himself to be unexpectedly reliable. One thing leads to another, and the two finally hook up, marking a significant shift in Abby's love life. The next morning, Alana and Abby exchange stories, but Abby keeps her night with Trey a secret. Her hesitation hints at deeper feelings, setting the stage for possible tension in her and Alana's friendship.
And that's what you missed on Glee.
Wait, by the way, hearing this episode back, I'm like, that is really good, isn't it?
I'm like, Evan definitely wrote this synopsis because it's written in ChatGPT voice where they make it a beautiful story. Like, I just gave myself chills. When I just do it hard and natural, it sounds so like
To do it off the dome is bad.
To do it off the dome, it's like I'm being aggressive and I don't have to be. Wait, I feel so random being in LA, and the fact that I'm flying to Disney World tomorrow, my life is random.
It's huge.
Sauce.
Your whole family made matching t-shirts on Custom Ink.
On Custom
That's the rumor I'm hearing. But
Wait,
you had to make them?
Also, I needed to source them on Etsy.com. And then my stepmom...
source ideas, or you bought them from Etsy?
Basically, what happened is my stepmom was like, all the girls in our family decided you would be the best at finding t-shirts and getting them ordered. Let me know if you need anything. And then I sent them links to a Lizzie McGuire Etsy t-shirt because I thought it was the cutest. But I knew they wouldn't want that. They want like a classic castle or whatever.
Yeah, that's definitely not ChatGPT voice.
So then I sent another option that's like castle basic,
right?
Bitch. And they were like, we love the second one. Like, let's order. And my stepmom was like, I'll order. And I'm like, okay, everybody pick your little character that you want to be in the front left and then your name.
Wait, you get to pick a character in a name?
Yeah, so Elizabeth is going to be Hercules, but the girl in it. And I'm going to be Bambi. I don't know what Soph is. She didn't respond in the chat. She's moody. She's 12.
No, it's nice to get to pick your own character. Because here's the thing, everyone can agree on Disney. Not everyone can agree who they are in Disney. Because girl, what girl are you? It's not always going to be Bambi or the girl in Hercules.
I have to say, I played Girl, What Girl Are You? Disney Character Edition.
With the Etsy shop.
In an Etsy shop with my stepmom, stepsister, and other stepsister. And we just guessed that my dad wanted to be Mickey.
No, because every dad wants to be Mickey.
Literally.
I know. If truly watching this episode too, watching Trey with a baseball bat, it's like every dad just wants a barbecue or a baseball bat.
Trey's journey with the portable DVD player, I mean, we could get into it, but it was a huge chapter of my life.
Cross dissolve into our amazing guest. We're so excited. Social media manager for Broad City.
Literally,
We're both social media managers now, so it's beautiful to have a social media manager who made it.
She's, of course, a very successful writer and producer now.
Oh my god, absolutely. Not to discredit that, but there's nothing bigger to being a social media manager. Everyone knows
It's just
that.
cool to see a social media manager like us kind of get the career we want one day. So
I am telling you, social media management is the stepping stone to any career in this world.
No, it is.
It really is.
And I've always why do you think I reel my life away? Past dissolve. Joining us in the Spotify studios, it's Genevieve Aniello.
Hello, it's Aniello.
Oh my god.
We planned that bit.
Making the Google Calendar event and typing the word Genevieve and
The amount of vowels is criminal. It's horrible.
the way my brain was like G-E.
No, I'm thinking I before E constantly when I'm writing on my first name. It's really hard.
And then Aniello is. I was like, it's Annie, but with an I, and then
it's
Ello.
the I and E is really tough to sort of
Yeah.
get.
Right.
You got to say it at once.
But you, of course, we're so excited to have you because you were there on the ground floor posting on Instagram in 2012.
Was it 2012?
You started in
Oh,
2012.
2014. The
Well,
the web series. But the web series. Were you there for the web series?
I wasn't there for
You were
the
talking
web
about her
series.
personal Instagram account, of course.
Oh, yeah, I was like,
yeah,
wait,
posting
you
in
lost.
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did Instagram start?
I-
2012.
Seventh grade.
Yeah, seventh
2011.
grade.
For all of us, it was 7th grade.
For all of us here, it was 7th grade.
We were in art class.
Yeah, I've been posting for a while.
Oh my gosh. And what's your journey? Well, of course, we have the question, what's your deal?
Yes.
For the folks at home who have no idea who you are,
Yeah.
were you in New York? Like, what's your story?
My story is I moved to New York right after college. So around the time we were talking about. And
7th grade.
yeah, and so after 7th grade, I got a little bindle. And I was an assistant. I was sort of like, my first job was an assistant freelance on a pilot for Comedy Central at the same production company that made Broad City. So Broad City was in the ether, and then Broad City season 1 was starting, and I started working as like a director's assistant on the first season of that.
Wait,
so behind
is
the scenes.
Jax?
I worked there for
name
like
it.
all of my 20s.
Oh
Wow.
my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Because they just went, like really, they lost a lot of
I know. They got
steam.
I think they got bought.
They got bought, yeah.
A lot of lovely people work there still, I think. Love you guys. But yeah, I worked there for like all of my 20s, so it kind of popped off after Broad City, and they were making all of those like half-hour comedies in New York. So what a
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Were you in the comedy scene, like UCB vibes?
Yeah, a little bit. I wasn't really taking classes, but I would like come up from Connecticut when I was at school and like go to UCB shows, and then I would be like a stagehand for the Paul Downs syndrome famed UCB show of Paul W. Downs. And yeah, so I was sort of in the scene, and I had a lot of friends, and I was in like Darcy Carden, and all those amazing icons were doing shows at UCB Chelsea.
Oh my
Obsessed.
god.
Yeah.
I want to be there so bad.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was a
wanna be
time.
in studio. I don't want to be in Podcast City studio in Spotify studios. I said it 8 times.
You know, my first-
There's so many buzzwords.
This was such an era. I remember going to a UCB show and then going to a bar after and seeing Ed Westwick.
Oh wow.
And I was like, that was when it was still like, oh, it's Ed Westwick of Gossip Girl.
Who's that? Which one
Chuck
is
Bass.
he?
Chuck Bass.
Oh,
Chuck Bass.
Really good.
That was before,
skit.
that was before.
Right.
Before times. But yeah, it was a moment sort of encapsulated into my mind. It was very, what was that band? Postal Workers? Postal Office.
Postal Office.
Postal Office.
Right, and we
Band.
of
It was
course love
post-
and know that band. And can you just describe it to
My
fans at
favorite
home?
band of all
Because we
time.
know
If someone
what it
asked me, I'd
is.
say Postal Office. It was the Postal Office era,
Watch it be not called that. It's just like, yeah.
Was it the Canadian bar that they would go to after UCB practice?
Maybe.
that little where everybody gets beer, McManus or something.
McManus.
It wasn't there, and I don't remember where it was.
To see a
So the
Gossip Girl
story's
cast member
flopping, but
McManus, that would be huge.
yeah.
Well, right now, the new Gossip Girl cast, the way that show only got 2 seasons, and they run rampant through New York City. I've never seen a photo of a party.
Oh yeah,
They-
Thomas
they-
Doherty.
They're all there.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Oh,
Yeah.
the girl with the shaved head.
Yeah.
I've never seen her on Bedford Avenue.
lives
She's just
there.
doing a loop.
Literally, she's doing a loop.
Yeah.
She's waiting for Watching New York.
Good for them. They're having so much fun. I'm really
2
happy.
seasons of a show can actually get you so far in this world.
Well, actually, yeah, most shows only have one. So it's
yeah,
cool to have
exactly.
two.
To have 2.
Major.
Yeah,
I
literally,
love it. So how did
Yeah.
you become social media manager?
Right. So I was working at the production company. And then I think season 1, maybe end of season 1, my good friend Robert Kornhauser, shout out wherever you are, you're
We
amazing
love
and
you,
funny.
King.
He had started their Instagram, and then I took it over. I had just been posting. I'd been posting, as you know, since 2012. And I
And they were like, this girl
Yeah.
has a magic touch.
She has something. We don't quite understand what she's talking
Yeah.
about on there, but she has something. Yeah, so I was doing the Jax Media job. I started being a producer there, and then on the side I was working with Comedy Central. We're posting clips, we're posting memes. It's like when GIFs were really good.
I know, I'm like, did you invent the thing where it's the hashtag in the bottom corner?
Kind of. I do
Yeah.
think I popularized it.
Yeah.
I do think I popularized it.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
It's like when people had the Giphy app on their
Mhm.
phone. You know what I mean?
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
the Broad City, like the little boy being like, yes, queen, yes,
Yes,
queen.
yes, yes,
Is
yes.
like
yeah.
when you use a GIF, that's the only option they ever give you.
Uh,
It's just that
Truly,
boy. Like-
truly. Yes, I saw the other day the Bingo Bronson, Break the Internet Bingo Bronson on your
Yes, paper
Instagram.
mag.
That was me on my little Photoshop on my computer, seeing Kim
Wait,
K's
really?
butt and just being like, okay, Bingo Bronson, I'm gonna put him there. That's gonna be funny. You know what I
No,
mean?
It's
the
still
way-
topical today. It's
the
still
way I
topical
was like,
today.
of course they got a paper spread.
Yeah.
Like, genius.
Yep. Yeah.
Bingo
So I was
Bronson
doing
still
that.
holds a lot of cultural power.
I think so
because
too.
Even my friends that work at a merch company for Paramount, or no, not
Mm-hmm.
Paramount, they go into their office. The Bingo Bronson stuffed animal is just sitting there hanging out.
Wait, a little one or the big one?
Little.
Okay,
But
because
still.
I don't know where the big one is now, but in the offices I used to work at in New York, the big Bingo Bronson was there, and I don't know where he is. We need to find
Jax
him.
took him.
Yeah, we need
when
to
they sold
find
the
him.
company.
Ron Howard has him in his offices. I would buy a company to have the big Bingo Bronson.
Literally.
No,
You know what
that's
I mean?
why you do
I get it.
That's
Yeah.
Wait, so it's a true stuffed animal.
Yeah, it was like it was huge. He or she, they were like 9 feet tall. And
That's
it was
crazy.
like a professional, I wish I should have looked it up, professional puppeteer of sorts created Bingo,
God.
and there was somebody in there doing it.
He/they for Bingo Bronson is
You
so
know what I
funny.
mean?
No,
There's-
absolutely.
there's
That's
a-
not a woman.
yeah,
but
no,
that
that's-
could be he and that could be they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. I know. Here's the thing: we're both social media managers now.
Yeah, tell me
And if
about
I had
this.
access to a 9-foot Bingo Bronson, the amount of reels I can make with that.
I know. We're missing out. We need
I
to
have
break.
Chef what's it called? Chef Boyardee. Like roll home,
The
beautiful,
rolling
all the way back to
can.
Jack's studio.
Yep.
I have so many amazing ideas.
I love
walking around
it.
New York
Well,
City with it.
Yeah.
We never have to make gifts, so to hear that is a
Right, because they're
bummer.
not cool. Right.
Well,
that's
BuzzFeed
why.
shut its quarters
Right.
down.
Right.
So Spotify could open up podcast. studio.
Yeah, so the listicles no longer exist, so the gifts are no longer needed.
Right.
I'm understanding it now. I'm doing the math. I
Well,
get it.
The thing about
Typic-
gifts, they're so much easier to make now. You can just truly do it through text.
Well, it's because Instagram has Boomerang.
Right, exactly.
Which, by the way, the girl whose house we're staying at here
Yeah.
just went on a date with the guy who invented stories.
Snapchat stories.
That is
Huge.
so funny.
Which is
She
like,
stayed over.
yeah, it's like we didn't get to say bye to her because she's in Venice.
Wait, Snapchat stories, not Instagram stories.
Snapchat stories,
Snapchat
which of
stories.
course invented Instagram stories.
Okay, right,
Because
right,
Instagram
right.
was like, Snapchat is doing this and we
And
need
he's a
to do
straight
it.
guy.
Yeah.
Can
Do
you
you
imagine
rem-
a straight guy creating Snapchat stories?
No, that is sick and twisted. And do you remember the day that Instagram started doing stories and everyone was like, this is disgusting? And I was like, no. I remember I was on a flight and I refreshed it and I was like, what have
So
they
funny.
done? I was like, I'm taking this plane down. It was crazy. And now it's all Instagram
It's
is.
so-
I feel like every time Instagram did an update when I was in high school, I was like,
Yeah.
we hate this and how dare they?
Yeah.
And then like by the time I got to college, I'm like, they're gonna get me on their side.
You
Like,
can't go on Instagram now without it being updated. It's a new UX every single time I refresh the platform.
know.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
It's a shock to the system to see somebody post on Grid.
Literally.
Yeah.
And what are we doing as social media managers with the Grid? What are we up to?
so
Okay, I had a running theory on this. So
Yeah.
I finally got to see Raya 2 days ago for the first time in person,
Yeah.
like someone's Raya account. And all the photos on there are like the full 16:9, which is very
Yes,
similar
which
to
takes
the
up the
Instagram.
phone.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. It takes up the phone. It takes up
Doing
the phone.
also math there. It's okay.
And then on Hinge, it's still the classic square. They're retro. They're doing old Instagram. I will say everyone does look better elongated. Like the full picture,
Yeah.
you are classically more
you
attractive.
look
Yeah.
taller.
You
I
look
can't wait
taller.
for TV to be all vertical.
Oh my
We
god.
tried with Quibi.
You did Quibi.
I did
You wrote
Quibi.
for a
Oh,
Quibi
right,
show.
right. Game show.
Game show, GAYME game show for those at
And you
home.
loved it. You loved it.
Yeah, the vertical was crazy. I cannot even believe making that show. It was wild. I mean, so fun. Broke my brain to do the vertical and horizontal. I'm like, what are the two words vertical and horizontal?
No, truly. It's confusing
show.
too.
Because like we had to, in the edit, the end product, it wasn't just, this is so boring.
No.
It wasn't just that you need to like be able to turn it and it would just like be the same frame. They wanted it to be like an entirely different viewing experience if you turned it. So like the shot was a different shot and different coverage if you turned it. So like one could say confusing if you turned it, but they
Right.
said like inventive and unique and creative. So it was, I was constantly confused trying to make that show.
I
But
was confused.
loved
even
it.
explaining it.
Yeah.
Literally.
But
Yeah.
that's us when we're trying to clip a show for vertical for TikTok.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, you actually need to see Abby and Alana, not just Alana.
Yes.
And it's not so
true.
easy.
It's not so easy. So we needed to like shoot everything so that it made sense.
It would
for
have been
both. It
great
was
if Jax
confusing.
Media had shot like a second version for us to be able to cut
That
vertical
we
for
should
it.
have thought. We should have been thinking 5 minutes in the future.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm so
the
sorry about
social
that.
media manager should
Yeah.
have been.
Should have been on it. I was in a broom closet at
Right.
the time. I should have piped up.
I love it. Wait, so you were there
funny.
for the web series and then the whole thing? Or
I wasn't
not?
there for the web series, but I was watching the web series.
Right,
and
because
I
Paul and
knew
Lucia
about
were
it.
there since
Yeah.
the beginning, right?
Yes, they were there since the beginning. So I knew it was happening, and then I was there for the run of the show. Yeah,
Amazing.
I was around. It was really amazing. So I could go to set whenever, and just really involved. And Abby and Alana were the best, and just let me do anything I wanted.
They seem really good at being girl bosses.
They are amazing. They're first girl bosses potentially ever.
Literally.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we have to know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Girl, what girl are you?
It's so hard. I think when I'm with my best friend Ava, who I lived with up until this year, like throughout my whole adulthood, I'm Alana and she's Abby.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, we've
Wait,
got an
you're
Alana-
Alana.
We've got an Alana Abby-ness happening when we're
you
together.
were like my best friend, and then you said a woman's name and not a gay guy. My heart dropped.
I'm so sorry about that. This is fucked up
It
of me.
broke my spirit.
I
You
should exit
deserve
and
it.
enter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You deserve a gay guy.
Thank you so much. I'd love one.
Yeah.
If you know of
deserve
anybody.
one more to anyone.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're putting it out there. Send
I'm
the
available.
gay guy Genevieve's
I'm
way.
available.
Wait, that's amazing because it makes sense too because remember Alana's really good at tweeting.
Exactly.
So it makes sense
Exactly.
for you.
Although I never really popped off on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, interesting.
And I deleted it recently. I took the plunge out.
So many people who have real jobs are deleting their Twitter accounts and we're like still suffering on X.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really tough. There have been moments lately where I'm like, I'm not a part of the culture and I'm regretting.
Yeah.
But I did do it and I feel like there's no
don't think
going
the
back.
culture exists on X in that way.
It is kind of sad because
Well-
Elon.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
that
you
was
for
the
saying it.
deletion. To be clear, it wasn't because I didn't pop off.
Right.
It was because I
You were taking
because
a
Elon.
stand. You were taking a stand.
I was taking a stand. Nobody
Well,
noticed.
Twitter's all about a
but-
retweet. Like other platforms, the algorithm can really, and this is just obviously social media manager talking to social media
Yeah.
manager. The algorithm really can take you places on Instagram, on a TikTok, but Twitter, it's still so much about you need that one specific retweet or you need to
You
buy the
do.
company. And there's only two ways to be
Exactly.
successful.
Ultimately, I tweet so I can then screenshot to then post on Instagram.
Of course, that's the pipeline.
That's
That's
my
why you do
pipeline.
it. That's why you do it. Evan, what girl are you today? for this episode?
Definitely Alana because the way I have sex is so quirky.
That
It's
is true,
ridiculous.
girl.
I'm like, and I like learned some moves there. I was watching. I was like, I took some things, I wrote them down. I'm
Like
gonna try them out next
backflips?
time. Yeah.
Okay.
The on all fours thing when
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
horse. I'm like, I'm gonna try that at home.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine what that day of filming felt like.
I don't think that I was. Oh no, I was at I went to the 40/40 club.
Oh,
But I
it
was not. I
chic as
think
fuck
there was.
there.
Yeah, it
The
really,
girl
really
with
is.
the ponytail. I was like, oh my god,
Screaming. I remember going there and I was like, okay, this is where adults go to drink. You know. Never will I ever be here again. But it was like the word swanky. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
swanky. So I was not there for the. I was not there for the hookup scene. But yeah, I was there for the 40/40 club of it all.
Incredible.
Well, I watched, of course, a clip of Alana and Abby on James Corden talking about Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
And they said they were so stressed in the writer's room and they said, let him get naked. And
Yeah.
then he's actually loves comedy. He's doing stand up currently.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? Absolutely, I'll get naked.
Yeah.
That was truly
He,
it. But
apparently he was really down for whatever. He was like, I'll do anything.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think I took a couple notes. I think I asked
Pull it up.
I asked director of the episode, Lucia Aniello, if she had any.
Does she know you're here?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know.
When she followed us, I screamed.
That's incredible. I shall love to hear that.
did she follow you?
Did she follow me? No.
Yeah, you need it.
That's incredible. Could you tell I was jealous just
Yeah.
now? That's amazing. I'm really happy for you.
That's so
Oh, I have a
funny.
really good exclusive. Actually, I'm not sure if anybody has said this before, but Blake was amazing, willing to do whatever. The NBA did do a kibosh on a moment in the episode. They said you can't do poppers.
No.
Wait, are you kidding?
Are you serious?
They're like, oh, you can do whatever. Not poppers though. What are we doing with the poppers? Yeah.
No, the props department was like, please.
They were like ready to go. They were in
God.
position, about to deliver poppers, and they're like, I don't think so. What are we up to?
Who
I'm
was
gonna be
there
hon-
saying no?
I have no idea how that message sort of landed on set, like what mode of
vibe.
transportation that came through. But that was the only sort of note. Otherwise, he was like, he would have been down, I think.
Right. Larry
That-
Bird said no.
I
Yeah.
do resent that because I of course use
The only
broads-
person
Yeah,
we
the
all
only
know in that. Yeah, I was like, I've heard of him.
I was like, one name,
Yeah.
please.
Larry Bird said no.
Exactly, girl.
Oh, I'm
I feel like I
laughing.
used Broad City to decide like what New York was. And when I got to New
Mhm.
York and discovered poppers, I was like, why did they never speak on this? But now we know
The
why.
Now
FBI
we know
said
why.
no.
You know-
it's a ban for the whole show.
I think there is one poppers moment, and it is a flyby moment in.
Oh yes, the gay guy.
Yes, in
the
the
mo-
in the
Yes,
van.
Exactly.
Hi guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Your mic is backwards. It's facing the other way.
Didn't
Oh.
notice. How's this been sounding?
So I was running around doing other things. I just got back and I saw it. So
Oh, is
Oh.
that why it was quieter?
probably.
Awesome.
Sorry about that.
Didn't
We'll bump it up in
notice.
post.
I'll
Okay.
bump it up in post.
Okay, we're
Just
good.
wanted to let
Thank
know.
you.
Sorry
Thank you
about
No,
so
no,
much,
no, thank
actually.
you.
If there was
Well, we didn't want that anyway.
Okay.
if there was a continuity error, my mic was backwards. If you're now
Right.
noticing this.
F them all, you guys.
So there's a gay guy in a moving van
It
when
was.
they're trying to get to that wedding. And he's doing poppers, but my big takeaway from the poppers moment is that he's spraying them up his nose. And if you actually did that, it would dissolve your brain.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, he was
now-
using it like nasal neck.
Yeah.
I guess they were like, well, we gotta suspend disbelief
Right.
in order to get it in the shot.
Yeah.
They were like, well, this is just what we're doing. This is just how we're doing it. This is the most cinematic version, you know?
I love it.
I will say every cool guy in New York City right now, like you go to a fashion week party,
Yeah.
you're a former cast member of Gossip Girl, the new one, you're doing poppers at a party. Straight guys are loving poppers at a party. now.
Definitely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
The
what's
culture's
happening.
if Blake Griffin had known that now, and Larry Bird had known that now, he would have absolutely said yes.
That is the like I've kissed a guy. It's like
Yeah.
I've done it's now I've done poppers.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
That's so funny.
I'm screaming that somebody just came in and said your mic is backwards.
We're keeping that
Okay,
in,
sorry,
by the way.
sorry.
Yeah, no, we gotta keep it raw and real. in
I'm
the
so
pod.
sorry. That
Neil, I
was
have a question for you.
LOL.
Girl, what girl are you?
I'm Paul W. Downs.
Yes.
With the portable DVD player. When I had, so as a child, my mom would drive us to Florida and my brothers would like have their video games and I would just have a portable DVD player and the Aileen Quinn version of Annie. And I would just watch the same movie over and over and over on it. I can still picture it. It rotated 360. But when he brings out that portable DVD player and is like, we should probably watch Babes or Ratatouille, I was like, yeah, we should. Also, what does he do? Clear?
For you to say babes is so funny.
No, it's called Babe. I'm thinking of Alana's
Babe.
movie with
Babe.
Michelle.
It is
Visage.
Babe singular.
Babe
I had to
singular.
think for a
Babe.
moment. Babe, babes, babe.
By the way, I've never actually seen that movie. Oscar nom.
pig. Pig.
Well, what are we up to? The pig
wait,
or babe?
what am I thinking of?
Are you
Babe
thinking? wait. You're thinking of Babe about the movie of the pig,
pig.
the
Yes.
piglet, and you're thinking of the pig with Nicolas Cage. Oh no, you were saying.
I'm saying the same pig.
You're just saying the one with the pig.
Yeah, but-
We're all on the same
Wait,
page.
and what are you saying?
I am thinking about both, and I'm
Okay,
thinking about
okay.
every option with the pig in it.
No,
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Did we do your girl?
Yeah, I
Oh.
was Alana.
Oh, yeah, you were
and then
Alana.
You're Paul W. Downs. and
A
then
lot. Two Alanas and a Paul.
You're a guy.
Right,
I
I
and
just
love
want
a
you
to,
to
I love to
reorient.
call Trey's character Paul W. Downs.
Paul W. Downs.
Full
Yeah,
name.
of course.
Okay,
Um,
we're gonna cut to our first break, but when we come back, we're gonna dive deeper into the broad and the butter. I
Oh
look
my
into the
god,
camera?
3 mics facing the correct way, 3 girls with beautiful complexions ready to rock and roll as we get into the broad and the butter of the episode. B&B-NYC. What an iconic episode. It's kind of classic Broad City. It's giving us everything. It's giving us running through the streets. It's giving 1,700 locations. It's all
Mhm.
there. How does it start? Shitting on a toilet.
Yeah,
They
Hold
really
open.
love a toilet metaphor.
they do.
It is also in girls, like they truly, everyone's always going to the bathroom to have the most
We're
dramatic
doing the tub.
scene.
We're doing the
Absolutely.
toilet.
We're doing the tub, we're doing the toilet. Those are places
You know
that-
what? The difference between girls and Broad City is girls was tub, Broad City was
City's
toilet.
Yes,
That's so
yes,
true.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna
Mhm.
clip that.
That was really good.
It's 3 seconds.
I love it.
It is a gift.
That's
that
it.
one was a
It's a
gift.
That one was a gift.
Hashtag Broad
That was-
City.
yeah.
Actually, for your episode promotion, we'll just do gifts.
Yeah, perfect.
Just to honor you. Okay, yeah, they're putting their stuff on Airbnb. Were you ever doing Airbnb stuff or not really?
I was never doing Airbnb stuff, but I was doing a lot of Beacon's Closet. I was doing so much, like my 20s was covering expenses with going to Beacon's Closet.
That's a huge part of. We just had Ella
Yeah.
Emhoff on 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
From this. Every time I go into Beacon's Closet, I'd watch her walk in with 3 bags.
Yeah.
And that was her whole gross income.
It was
truth
Her
is.
whole gross.
it was keeping girls in Brooklyn afloat.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Truly.
But where were you getting cool clothes?
I wasn't. I was
Okay,
trying
totally.
to bring some Forever 21 tops and get $2.99 for them.
Oh, you're like, I'm gonna
Um,
cover like my nuggets and fries later tonight with this.
Yeah, exactly. And then my best friend Ava worked for one of the iconic influencers of NYC. I don't know if I can say.
God.
I'll say it out loud and I'll tell you later if we have to bleep my name.
I
Bleep,
know.
bleep her
I
name.
almost have a feeling exactly who it is. Oh my god,
Oh.
beautiful.
Incredible. And is so generous and she's saying, "Do you want that blouse? You can take
Yes.
it." And so after a while we're thinking we might have to sell a couple of things at Beacon's Closet. We might have to do a haul and sell some items.
Well, so kind of the
Wow.
inspiration for the Park Slope Mom was based off Hannah.
Maybe subconsciously. I think it actually is just
Subconsciously.
the most universal experience
Experience
possible.
ever.
But yes.
Yes,
But
yeah,
yes.
that truly is what trickle down theory is. It's
Yeah.
an influencer
That's
getting a
trickle
PR
down
package.
economics. Yeah.
The original content creators actually really are influencers.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's really beautiful. I know this this specific episode as well, and we'll get into it, but it has really permeated time and space with the iconic line of "In the club, we're all friends."
Mhm.
In the club, we're all
Oh,
family.
Sorry,
Crazy
It's okay.
girl.
but I'm well.
Friends are family.
Friends
Yeah.
are family.
Did you
Um,
know when that happened that you're like this about to blow up?
A
I
decade later.
remember being obsessed with it. Like it is such an earworm thing. And that was a Lucia Aniello. And I think Alana has said this before. That was a Lucia Aniello moment on set the back and forth of Abby being like, "What in the club? We all fam." Wasn't in the moment. Was not on the page.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
my
not
God.
scripted as such.
Why did I get chills?
So
I
that
don't
was-
think
Well,
it.
especially as a former social media manager, if you had known the power of syncing an audio to a video, it would have changed everything. If
Yeah.
you could have had to utilize TikTok then, I mean, I can
I
only
know, when
imagine
it-
a possibility.
When it blew up 4 months ago, were you like,
Couldn't believe Kamala.
Kamala?
Oh, Kamala did it too.
Kamala did it.
Which is very interesting because Hillary Clinton would have done it as well, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
totally.
Yeah.
I love that once it got big enough, they cut off the "Are you racist?"
Yeah, I was like thinking, I was like, is this a Mandela effect or was there an "Are you racist"?
There's the "Are you racist?" and that was
Yeah.
what it blew up with.
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
then suddenly brands were like, brand
fell
safety
off.
reasons,
Yeah,
we're gonna cut
yeah,
3
fell
seconds
off.
earlier.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome. Well, it's one of those things also got so big that no one connected it to the show anymore. Like you could go, of course, click it to the sound, but people are like, this is an amazing sound. Some person dropped a lyric somewhere, right?
Mhm.
This is what happens on TikTok. You see all these iconic moments happen and they completely separate from the media that
Fully.
they're created with.
Fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's devastating to like be at a point in my life where there's kids being like, "What the fuck is Broad City?"
I was gonna say, how many people comment saying, "What show is this? They're like, what series is this? What movie is this?" It's like
50
the
times
number
a day.
one comment on TikTok is
Yeah.
what movie is this?
No,
And I'm
literally.
like, by the way, like do about 4 seconds of research.
It's
It's in the
crazy.
caption. It's like in the bio. Like,
I am wondering, I really want to know behind the scenes Paramount Plus. I'm like, how are we utilizing this? Where are we pumping Broad City to the front page? I have to
good
know.
question.
no, because I have to put in BRO to even get it to pop up every time.
Yep. Okay.
So things are
Somebody
bad.
needs to change something in the mainframe.
Right, exactly.
We're gonna talk to Paramount Plus. We're
I
gonna talk
know.
to every network we
You
can.
need to push Salt Lake City to the side and bring
Stop pushing the traders. Peacock should be promoting Broad City on Paramount Plus.
I agree.
Well, there's one specific clip we posted where Alana is holding a curtain rod in the subway.
Yes,
And then she falls over.
of
And
course.
almost every comment is like, this isn't real. This
No,
girl's pulling a prank.
Totally. No girl would actually do
Yeah.
this. It's so funny.
We're like, you know this is from a TV show.
Of course.
It's
And no, they
beautiful.
don't.
They have no idea.
Evan put the caption over it, like, "Why did she trick them?" And all the comments are like, they're just not paying attention. Like,
They're like, this is why I hate New York.
yeah. It's so.
This is why I would never live in New York.
Literally,
It's
literally.
crazy.
I love it. Tolerable. Wait, you live in? Well,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that out loud.
We have a lot of bleeping going on in this
No.
episode.
I can't wait to edit. It's gonna be blasted.
Turn your
loud.
microphone around.
We have a lot to do on this
Yeah.
one. We got a lot of cut and pasting.
The AI ad copy. So before we had ChatGPT to write our
Yeah.
descriptions for us, Abby and
Yeah.
Alana had to like really come up with some swanky ways to like push Astoria's apartment and like
Yes.
go on as being chic.
Yeah.
So she says, quote, tolerable Gowanus and hashtag tenement life.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Writing copy is so it's something of the past, thank God. No one has to do that anymore. We can all just type in buzzwords added to description for Airbnb.
It's simply whatever comes into your
Right,
brain
exactly.
is captions. The only thing you can possibly caption something now.
Truly.
Yeah.
I mean, as a social media manager, anytime I post a reel, not to bring up again, I always will take it and I go, write it in specific person's voice.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to do.
Really?
Yeah, at some point you have to shut your brain off.
I'm always just like, hashtag this.
Hashtag this. Hashtag this.
Literally.
Hashtag this.
Hashtag
That
this.
is good.
Or I'm like, literally me.
that is really good.
People love it because
Well, I heard hashtags are dead.
I know, but I do it ironically,
Of
but people
course.
don't know.
Right.
People don't know the layers.
That is a real barrier to entry on Instagram, is half the people not knowing the irony.
I
They're not
know.
really getting it. And I actually think that's why the grid's dying a little bit.
Yeah, because when
The
I
caption's
use a Taylor
confusing.
Swift lyric, it's obviously camp.
Of course.
And then people are like, oh no.
they're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Right.
She's
There
a-
isn't any. It is like my biggest complaint with social media is that we've lost all irony. Like people don't understand that like anything could be
Mhm.
perceived as sarcastic. They take it as most literal and real thing you could ever think or perceive. It's like actually this is important. I understand why someone did this. Someone went into their basement in Houston and they put a red screen up and they held the microphone and they added a laugh track to everything. Because the only place you can add sarcasm is like in a stand-up clip because it's always
Yeah.
perceived as comedy
Yeah.
initially. So
Yeah.
you like have to become a fake stand-up comedian in order to put sarcasm online.
That guy's awesome.
That's so funny.
It's the truth.
Okay, free Wi-Fi, halal house, Peta guest. Our notes are incredible. Blake Griffin breaking into comedy. Mommy Lami want to climb the beanstalk.
Mommy Lani want to climb the beanstalk.
Alana, this episode specifically, was really being quirky with her words.
She's being quirky with her words. I think she has this like lizard brain
Literally.
that so few female characters get to have.
Boom.
which I think is Mommy Lani want to climb the beanstalk is one of them.
Yeah, because it's like girls are like that every day, everywhere.
And we're just not allowed to say it.
We just didn't know.
We don't see that representation
Well,
on TV.
it's one of those things too where you have to fully commit to speaking weirdly, because if you're someone who does like an off comment, like being like saying something weird, everyone is
Yeah.
like, this is so out of your persona, you're crazy. But because Alana only speaks in riddles and metaphors, it's always beautiful and it
Mhm.
always comes off as something amazing. And that's why it permeates to her Wi-Fi, right? You come up with this like it's always like a girl who's having a little fun in life.
Yes.
It permeates her Wi-Fi.
Her Wi-Fi
Permeates, like her Wi-Fi name and her password.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think she's stealing Wi-Fi from the halal house.
Oh, and that's well, okay.
Oh, that's what was happening.
She's like,
I
it's
thought she was
really
having
low and it
fun.
only works in the corner, you guys.
LOL.
It's 2016. Let's try to have fun.
That's an amazing.
I love
note.
when Alana is like, Abby, you're not being cool. Like, you need to be more fun. And Abby's like, fuck yeah.
She's speaking to all of us.
She's speaking to all of us. I mean, it's how do go. Sorry, not to talk about social media one more time, but how do
Please.
you capture when you were going through? Like, where were you picking out a specific? So, were you doing it episode to episode? Were you picking out specific shifts,
Yeah.
posting it to correlate with the episode coming out, or was it the stuff you saw online as well that you were reposting?
It was mainly clipping things out before the episode
Right,
was coming out. It
totally.
was mainly that. And then like also the girlies at Comedy Central, Shannon, wherever you are, I love you, were so good at doing
Uh-huh.
it. They were just like also girls in their 20s that were like, this is funny. And so we were pulling stuff together and then posting and then repost and retweeting.
Did you ever find specific moments you're like, this is so funny, but because of your like discerning lens of social media, you
Yeah.
were like, oh, actually this wouldn't perform as well online, even though you think that's one of the funniest moments of the episode? Or you guys always knew it was gonna work?
It kind of always worked with that
Yeah.
show in particular, weirdly. And I
Uh-huh.
don't know what that was about. I think just because it was already written in such internet lingo.
Mm,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, they talk like you would tweet.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
talked like you would tweet. So it actually really worked
Yeah.
always, which
Oh,
rocked,
that's
which made things
awesome.
really, really easy. Yeah.
How are you
God.
capturing? Were you doing this all in Premiere?
I was not having to do any of it actually. It was kind of the life. I was having the girls at Comedy Central do it and they
my
were pulling
God.
it for me.
Wait,
it was really nice.
Your 20s sound legit awesome.
It was really nice. It was really nice. They were amazing. And then I didn't actually have to do any of the captioning or I did all the captioning. I didn't have to do any of the pulling of any content.
all the
Oh my
like
was crazy.
all the
Amazing.
blurry photos with Valencia. That was you though.
Yeah. That was actually maybe just before my time.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at their feed. What's
Please
the feed
check
looking
out-
like?
check out the feed because
Check out your work.
Let's see.
I stalked the feedback and it's so
Let's look.
like them pointing to Chris Kelly like with that fake
Yes.
date sign, or it's like
Yes.
them like being on the subway like like it's so
Yes.
like like were you on set being like, all right girls, let's get one.
A lot of it was things that they were taking themselves and
Okay,
were just
love.
texting back and forth. They were capturing themselves. They were doing their own content
Yeah.
for a little bit. Yeah.
No TV
Yeah.
shows doing that anymore. Like you look at a TV show,
And why
social
not?
media. I know, right?
why not?
It's always Netflix doing like a crazy caption where every word is like a different caption on
What's
a
happening
video.
with that?
Well, I also think to be a girl actress now you have to be a model, but they weren't feeling that.
No. And they I don't know why it's all consolidated into like the network account or whatever.
Yeah,
Nobody
it
they don't
is.
have their own
Well, they do,
social
but they
media
have like
accounts.
1,000 Instagram
Yeah,
followers.
yeah.
Like
I
that's
don't
like
know what's up with that.
and they don't even collab. Like the actors will never even touch the account.
Yeah.
Now, I have to
Depressing.
ask, Abby
Yeah.
and Alana both deleted all of their old Instagram photos on their personal accounts.
Really?
And I was trying to find like good stuff to post on our meme page for their show, and they have deleted all records. And I just want to know if you know what happened.
I don't know what happened. I guess they did a clean out, Justin Bieber style,
Justin Bieber
revamping.
style.
They're rebuilding.
If we had internet in here, I would really I want to go
Oh
I
my
want to
God,
go through. Should I
yes.
try to connect?
Yeah.
Okay, while we're doing this, I'm gonna try to
They're
connect.
probably trying to do a Taylor Swift reputation. album drop.
Exactly.
They're going black. And
They're
then
going
gonna
black and
announce
coming back.
It's like I would have screenshotted when I knew I still had the chance.
something.
I'm upset. I'm gonna
That's
go
so
through and see.
funny.
I think I
Wait,
have.
let's see.
Can't you search like 2013 in your photos and things will come up? Let's see if we
Yes.
have anything
Is
fun.
that real?
It is.
Yeah.
But also, it's amazing you have that much memory on your phone.
I know it's really no, my phone's slow. It's constantly overheating. It's
Yeah.
really upsetting. Damn, that's really tough. But I feel like the Broad City Instagram goes really far back, right?
Well,
Oh, it goes all the way back.
And here's a question: who's running that now?
No,
where
because
is
here-
that?
Here's I
Exactly.
thought I was gonna ask you
Who
because
to?
by the way, they still post.
They still post time to time. I need to know who's doing that. I need to get in contact with them.
No,
I need.
to get in
I
contact
thought
with
that was
Dare
them.
we say
you.
access? No, no. I mean, honestly, there is a chance that if I logged on, the password would work.
Oh my god.
And should we do it now?
Wait,
Um,
do it.
Should we hack?
Hacking into Broad City.
Yeah, hacking into Broad
Yeah,
City.
can you
Oh,
go in
yeah.
and all the times we invited Broad City to collaborate, accept.
I would love to. I think they should give us access to that.
Just
I
'cause
want
we're
that
trying to spread the
badly.
word.
I think there's 1 million followers on there.
There is.
It's
Yeah.
1 million.
I don't know anybody with 1 million followers.
Okay.
You're like, we know famous people, but that's
Well,
crazy.
it's almost has a bigger following than both Abby and Alana also on Instagram because they're both at 1 million. So the Broad City
That's
count is
nuts.
truly
That's nuts.
comparable. Here's the thing, and I
We
think
need to be doing
that's
something.
why actors are only posting on their Instagram accounts because they want it. They want
They
all
need to
the
consolidate the
yeah,
following.
exactly. And
I
if
get
they
it.
gave the power over to the shared TV account, they would never be able to get 14 comments from random girls.
Okay, here's a question for you
Or
guys.
400.
That's true.
When you moved to New York, were you like, I'm living Broad City life? Were you like, this
she
is
moved to New
it?
York City because
I'm
of Broad City.
Yeah.
Broad City invented me in a way that
Yeah.
like I feel like critics don't even understand.
Yeah.
Like I was
Critics.
being a Christian teen in Texas, and
Yeah.
I literally thought when I grew up, all I could do is get married and have kids at 22 to some
Mhm.
guy that's weird. And then I
Mm.
watched this show when I was like 15, and I was like, girls could just have
Mhm.
fun.
You're like, there's a second option. It's
I
being in Broad City.
I literally was like, oh, they just like walk around and stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta try that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm gonna move to New York City one day and just be a girl who has fun. And now I am.
We're living the life.
Yeah, we first covered girls, and like people love girls, but like for me, like Broad City was the first like New York show I saw. And
Yeah.
was like, I want to be like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they're like,
And then
cool.
when you got there, were you like, this is, I am in Broad City. I am in that world.
It's shocking like how often you're like, oh, like I thought they were kind of being jokesters or like really heightening.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, this is base reality.
Yeah.
Like, this is.
Were you a little like, this is scary, actually? This is a kind of disgusting and bad.
Right.
It was just like, oh, it's like
Kind of
really
hard.
dirty
Yeah.
and like sad.
Paul and Lucia, like a lot of the times people are like they've said this before, so this is not new, but people are like, Broad City is a love letter to New York. Paul and Lucia said it's our suicide note.
Yeah.
They're like, it is tough. We've got to get out.
That's
They're like,
so
we hate
funny.
it's. We gotta go. It's horrible.
I
Yeah.
will say it's like people move. You hear a lot of stories of why people move to New York City, and a lot of them are truly based off media. Like
Yeah.
one of the common questions people ask honestly at a party is like, "What TV show got you to move to New York City?"
Yeah.
You come to LA. I went to a straight guy's apartment. I saw none less than 8 photos of Curb Your Enthusiasm around.
That is so funny. Being like, I want to go there and
Yeah.
talk about the things in front of me.
It's like so crazy.
And you were like around New York, so you were like, I get
Yeah,
it.
I always knew I was gonna live in
Yeah.
Brooklyn because everyone from my graduating class moved to Manhattan. I said
Yeah.
absolutely not.
No, Brooklyn
No.
is what's
You're
happening.
hashtag different.
I worked at a gay chocolate factory when I was 19 years old in the furthest part of Brooklyn, and I knew I was gonna live there till the day I died.
And by the way, chocolate factories are gay, but what made this one gay in particular?
3 gay guys owned it.
Okay, totally.
And I was their social media manager on Facebook.
I gotta
And you weren't out to them.
No, I didn't want to come out because I was scared what it would mean to come out as 19. Already as a gay I was out to my families, out to all my friends in college. Everyone knew I was gay.
That's
It's
so.
hard for me to come out to other gay guys because I didn't want them to have expectations of me.
I have something to say. I think they knew.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think they knew when they
absolutely.
hired you to run their candy shop.
Literally, it's my mom's best friend from Unilever. I'm like, well, absolutely, they're talking.
Best friend from Unilever, so
Did you know
Um,
you were gonna live in New York? Were you like, I
Yeah.
want to be there?
I was like, that's the city, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would visit my sister all the time, and I was like,
Mm.
she
How
was
much older
living
is
the
she?
she is years older.
Oh, so
Wow.
she
Another
was, like,
bleep, another
cool
bleep
as-
that out. Yeah,
I'll bleep it out.
she was cool. She was cool. She was the one, giving me Postal Office. Is that what we decided was
Yeah,
the
Postal
Postal Office, the band
Oh
on like my little iPod Shuffle or like
my
whatever
God.
was before iPods. I actually don't know. I'm so
The
sorry to bring
shuffle,
that
you
up.
nailed it.
It was actually, I think it was pre-Shuffle. I think it was like another device I had, but
Nano?
No,
maybe
I don't think it's an Apple universe.
it was like tech
Oh.
that I will never get back.
It
I
was
don't
like
know.
long, right?
No, I'm sorry.
I don't know
cry,
what
don't
it
cry.
was. I don't know what it was. It sort of just now being replaced by an iPod. But yeah, she was giving me that music.
I
And
love it.
yeah, she was influencing. She was giving me I was watching Broad City, the web series, and she had like burned me a disc of like Summer Heights High, like bootleg
my
episodes.
God.
So I'm like in middle school watching Summer Heights High. She was shaping me and
That's why
morphing
you're
me.
so cool.
Wait, look at
Thank
you
you so
now.
much.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her. Shout out to Chris
Have you
Lilly.
seen the show Kath and Kim?
I actually haven't. I know of Kath and Kim.
So it's very interesting because that's truly the only show I can think of that
Mhm.
is a duo female comedian group that like got their own
Mm-hmm,
sitcom.
mm-hmm.
So it's a 2005 show, Australian,
Yep.
but it Broad City, I just to contrast, that is all based off their dynamic. They must have been like an improv duo that just people
Yes.
really found them funny.
Yeah.
And it's not as much. Broad City does such a fantastic job, if even comparing it to this show, of constantly adding in like fun elements that make it so specific to New York City that it's relatable for everyone. This show is truly just about their acting ability, but Abby and Lon have everything, and it's just
Yeah.
like amazing to see the progression of like Kath and Kim, which is just was like two women getting to be funny for the first time, and then two women getting to
first
be
time,
funny in New
yeah.
York
Yeah, the
City
first
and
time.
specific. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is crazy because to me, Bridesmaids was the first movie where we decided women could be funny. That's when I
Mhm.
found out. And then 1 year later, Broad City, the web series, was born.
Yeah.
And then that invented me. So like the trajectory
That's-
is so like
the timeline adds up.
yeah, like I'm like it's all
Literally.
happening. I love it. Okay, we have to finish talking about the episode.
Mhm.
Blake Griffin, love that. I feel like anytime a professional athlete does TV, it goes really well.
I never thought I'd get
Mhm.
horny watching this show before. It was
Mhm.
like, this is a place for laughter. I didn't know it was a place for lust as well.
Mhm.
But Blake Griffin is truly the hottest person to ever live.
It's crazy. He takes up the entire room.
Yeah.
In that episode.
There's no one hotter.
I think it's hornier when Abby and Trey fuck.
Right.
It's like it's been a long time coming. That slow burn.
And they really start their thing in this episode.
Yeah.
They
The
li-
spark is in this episode. It's
Uh-huh.
Picasso.
It's legit.
Picasso.
And she's like, wait, and her nipples get so hard. And
Yeah.
then she's like, I'm gonna go fuck it. Oh my God. Abby, I love how shy, like anxious Abby is, but then she's also like constantly being like so brave.
I know. She's incredible in that way.
Yeah.
She's multifaceted in
She's
that way.
Multifaceted.
Why do you think Abby isn't telling Alana about Trey?
I think that she knows that it's real. I think that she
Mm.
knows the feelings are real, and Alana would just peg her on that in a second. Don't you
Right.
think?
Right.
She would want them to make it official. She would want to watch. And I think Abby needs to keep it. Abby wants to keep it to herself for a second, you know?
Yeah. Watching Abby lie to Alana hurts.
It's really, really tough.
I'm like, oh, don't do that, girl.
I also think, obviously, the elephant in the room is the jealousy.
Mm.
And we don't need to disrupt the we don't
Right.
need to disrupt the friendship for Trey when we don't know what's going on with it.
Right.
Yeah. We don't need to
Mhm.
upset her. She already
Mhm.
tried to pose a three-way with Blake Griffin.
God, that would have been good.
That would have been good. And that would have been, I can't even imagine the kind of shenanigans they would have gotten into. And
Where is he? Sorry
Blake-
to go back to Blake Griffin, but
No,
he needs
I
to.
haven't watched for 3 hours.
We failed. He needs to come back.
So
He's being
actually,
the
I did
father.
I did a
Yeah.
deep research on all this.
Yeah.
On Blake?
Yeah, I did one Google search. He just ended his NBA career last year, April, and he is now a newscaster, but he was doing stand-up, and he did 2023 Just for Laughs. It got canceled next year. No correlation, no correlation.
I did meet him at Just for Laughs one
Really?
time.
In 2023?
In like I want to say like 2018.
In the comics corner.
Yeah.
You said, hello, sir.
I
You're
looked
quite
up
tall.
and I said, "Excuse me." And I met him and he was great and he was really nice.
It is interesting that so many athletes, after they retire, that
Yeah.
they want to go into stand. Because you look at Tom Brady as well. I don't know. Tom Brady,
With the
uh,
roast.
yeah, exactly. But he was trying to get into stand-up, and he had sold a deal truly like the moment he started ending his career. He sold the deal to like do a Netflix special. It didn't actually end up happening,
Wait, I'm
but he was
screaming to
going to
do
go
a
into stand-up.
stand-up special.
Exactly.
I love
You
who
can see the
Netflix
Where is
gives
he
those specials
practicing?
to.
Where is he practicing
How
stand-up?
do you practice? Because also, I watched Blake Griffin's set. I love you, I love you, I love you. Where the hell were the jokes? I don't know.
Mhm.
But the whole audience is roaring, roaring, roaring in laughter because it's a celebrity factor. You truly would have no idea if you're like actually telling something funny or not because everyone's already on
It's
your
the
side.
famous Hacks episode where
Right.
Deborah's like on tour and she's
And
just
everyone's
like,
just
hi.
screaming
And
for
everybody's like,
her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, she
Yeah.
can't trust them.
no.
Damn.
But you know what? I think it makes sense that athletes are like that because the life of a touring stand-up comedian is very similar to the life.
So
of, like,
true.
whatever. Like it's like you go to different cities, you like get this rush of like the performance, the
Yeah.
big audience, and you've got like your life. Like
And he is funny. I mean, he
He
proves
is
himself
funny.
to be funny in this episode.
I think we should have put him in a blockbuster.
We should.
it's not too
What-
late.
Yeah, what are we up to?
I actually feel like he was in a
Executives?
blockbuster.
Oh.
But we don't have Spotify Wi-Fi
we
to
can't
look that
check.
up.
We
so-
can't fact check
No.
anything.
Okay, we gotta cut to our second break.
can-
When we get back, we're gonna find out Genevieve's Broad City moment.
Ooh.
And we're back from the break. Now, Trey is of course like, you're not a New Yorker until you've been robbed. I've become a New Yorker 3 times. What do you mean you were robbed 3 times, Trey? But also, it's like I think robbing culture is over because of Ring camera. Like we don't hear about
So
this
true.
anymore. Like
Mm.
it's the same thing with like pickpocketing. Like used to be big, and now it doesn't happen so much.
Well, not to you. Nothing more stealing.
Have either of you been robbed?
No.
I haven't either.
Emotionally.
Yeah, I've lived in New York for like 10 years, never been robbed. Very lucky.
I don't hear it often either. One time my friend got robbed with a fake gun, and all he had was like his 2012 iPhone, so it's like wasn't
Mhm.
that big of a loss. He got to upgrade.
Past guests of the pod got robbed at their tea shop by teens, and they were like, "Little boys, stop doing that."
Mhm. And they
But
stopped.
They
No, they
didn't.
stole. They
They
kept doing it. They stole. They stole. They completed it.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, I remember. Okay, we can do my. I know my.
You
Broad
got
City-
robbed.
I know. I got. I actually do know. I did get robbed. Actually, I'm realizing, and that might be my Broad City moment.
Oh my
Okay, let's
God.
get into it.
Okay.
Genevieve,
Mhm.
what is your Broad City moment?
Okay, I was set up in Times Square. I'm never going to Times Square. I don't go. I don't remember why I was there. Had to be there for a moment. And there
Broadway?
was like I want to say Swiss or German family, 2 parents, 2 kids. Now I realized they could have been 4 adults, and I was the wool was pulled over my eyes. But they asked for directions, and I was like, "Well, I've been living in New York for 2 years. I can tell you exactly what subway to get on and off." And then I'm like searching on my phone, whatever.
Absolutely.
Put it back in my pocket. I'm giving them the directions. Realize my phone's gone. I know. And I foolishly saw a police officer and I was like, help me, which like I guess was first thought thinking back, how dumb am I? And so they like spread out in Times Square to try to like find the pickpocketer.
Oh my God.
And I ended up having one of them like sign into my Find My
I was
iPhone.
about to say, yeah.
And I saw them like get on a go stop to stop. And I got on a subway as if I could possibly catch up to or know where my phone thief was going.
Well, Abby was able to do it in the episode.
Yeah,
so-
and I failed. But like, that was my Broad City episode.
No.
I failed. I never saw it back. And I ended up seeing like where they like a house deep in Brooklyn that the phone was at. And I was like, it's gone. Could have gone there, but what am I gonna do?
That
Knock
truly
on the
would have been a
door?
Broad City
That would have
episode,
been
Yeah.
really cool if you vlogged that.
Yeah, I
With
didn't.
no iPhone.
But
I-
that's so stressful because, of course, your phone is like you're the
My
social
life.
media manager.
It's
like,
my
You're on
life.
post.
My Giphy app was on there.
No.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
You're thinking of all the drafts that like are gone now. It's like
Horrifying
that would
stuff.
destroy my life.
Sickening stuff.
Wait, thank God I was synced to the iCloud though.
Yeah, and I still weirdly have things from like 2012 on my phone somehow, and I don't know how, and I don't know how I have access to that. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Well,
it's
the
confusing.
iCloud.
I don't know, understand what kind of cloud that I guess I'm paying a ton a month.
Yeah, right.
I have like 50,000 photos or something.
Oh my God.
Crazy and sickening. Yeah.
Well, there's
Whoa.
a class action lawsuit about charging for the cloud on Apple, so
I
you
gotta
may
get on
be
that.
entitled to some compensation.
That is actually now my entire Instagram is people being like, "Have you bought Thinks underwear? You're
Oh,
entitled to
yeah.
be whatever. Have you gone to this website? You're entitled to be a part of." I'm currently in 5 class action lawsuits.
I'm in
5
the Beyond
plus.
Burger one because they lied about the
No.
protein.
Oh shit! They were like, "There's
Whoa.
not as much protein."
There's not as much protein. And I was like, well, as a vegan who wasn't having enough protein, you've ruined my life Beyond
Mhm,
Burger.
Right.
mhm. My build could have been 0.01% different.
Literally.
And I'm suing for that.
I love
You're
it.
so right. Yeah,
Oh.
I am in the Thinks one, and I got paid out $23.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's pretty
But
good.
now I can never sue them if I get like cancer.
Oh.
Is the so
Oh,
now I don't
that's
know.
the
It's a real
catch.
catch-22. It's a
Oh.
double-edged
Were you
sword.
a Thinks girl? I was.
I was a Thinks girl.
Thinks and Diva were like my girls. I was
Mhm.
like, "Ugh, feminism rocks. This is
Mhm.
all happening. Like,
We were in the golden age of period care.
Right.
Yeah, literally.
Here it goes
Yeah.
very Broad City to me.
Very
Thinks
Broad
underwear
City.
to me is very much like they would be doing the partnership today. They'd be
Absolutely.
collab hosting with the Abby and Alana Broad City account. And you'd
Absolutely.
be pressing
it
accept.
thinks that Miralax, like those are
Right.
when the Miralax thing happened, that swept the nation.
It really did. It healed things for 1 minute.
It
Yeah,
really
for 1
did.
minute.
I
It
was
felt
like,
really
actually,
good.
things are gonna be okay for us.
Yeah, that was a
That's
comfort
so
blanket.
funny.
I love it. Do you think Broad City would ever come back? Absolutely not, because it's about your 20s.
I wish. I would love a movie.
I would
I'd-
love a
I'd love a
movie.
second chapter, like they do move to Florida and are old.
Mhm.
Like maybe
God,
in like
I love that
50
episode.
I know.
50 years.
I know. Yeah, here's the thing. As a huge Sex and the City fan, it's like every single time a show does come back, it's not close to its glory. Because you get into a certain rhythm, it feels like these actors, and like to have to dive back into it, it never feels as genuine. Not that they're not like working
Yeah.
collaboratively, but they were so intertwined then.
Yeah.
I guess that's for the nostalgia
We don't
board.
we don't want to Gilmore Girls it. People were
Literally.
not happy with that.
No,
I liked
wasn't.
when Sutton Foster tap danced for 11 minutes in the revival. I'm like, Amy Sherman, yes, girl. You nailed it. Okay, we have
Do you
to
have
do
a
our
Broad
last
City
segment.
moment?
Okay.
Oh, every day of my life.
Right, but you can't
Do
pick
you?
one.
My Broad City moment. No, my life has been really normal
I went to
lately.
something called Westbo X, and I got 3,000 lentil crackers. It's the largest natural food conference in America.
Oh.
Do you know
Wait.
about it?
That's what brought us to LA.
And is it like a snack? It's like a snack.
Yeah.
I was up late last night watching these TikToks.
You were.
I was saving because yes, it was presented to me as like these are the best snacks of the future that are coming out, and I was like, well, I have to know. I'm very into snack culture, of
okay,
course.
so here are my big takeaways.
Yeah, tell me.
Everything's made out of collagen. If it's not collagen, it's made out of protein. If it's not protein, there's coconut involved. Right.
Okay, the
Mhm.
best thing, Evan brought 4 bags of like all these snacks, and the best snack was blue corn tortilla chips made with coconut oil.
Which, see, it doesn't sound
Yeah.
so interesting.
Feels as though that's already what they're made
But
of.
by the way, it's not.
But by the way,
Okay.
it's the taste profile is completely different.
But every brand has gone Glossier. Like you
Yeah.
walk around, it's
Pink suits.
pink. It's
Yeah.
like, they're all in pink suits, and they're all using minimalist like lettering, and it's like I don't know if I need this in my multivitamin. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't. It feels so excessive. But
Yeah.
thank God there's 4,000 brands doing the same exact
I
thing.
like the
Mhm.
protein pretzels.
You like the protein pretzels? Yeah, they're fine.
the
They sell them in
seasonal.
Costco in a big pack.
Okay.
Thank God.
I'll go.
And when are these snacks coming out? They're like
they're all out.
They're on the
They-
shelves.
So for people to be like, this is the new up and coming snack,
Yeah.
it's like, and they're also at Whole Foods and Sprouts.
Well, we were at Erewhon yesterday, and I was like, "But this is from the expo. How did it get here?"
Yeah. This is upfronts for snacks.
Literally, it is.
I'm really upset I missed this conference.
I'll also I have photos.
Is this annual?
Annual.
I'm getting tickets. I'm getting in
It's
line for next year.
$4,000.
$4K to go.
I didn't pay for it. I
Unless,
didn't pay for it.
unless
What do you mean?
have-
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It costs $4K to attend the conference, but Evan's mom knows an old man who had an extra
Unilever.
ticket.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Unilever
Okay.
lives long.
Oh,
It's so
damn.
I guess my Broad City moment is that I, of course, stayed in a hostel right on the beach in Santa Monica on Friday, and it cost more for overnight parking than it did for the hostel.
Girl.
And all the girls in the bunk beds were really mad at me for making noise, and I was like, sorry, but I'm on the top bunk and I'm in the dark. So that felt very Broad City, but
I'm screaming. What do you mean? Who are these girls?
Who are these girls?
Did you make contact? Do
Can I
we
connect with
know anything
them?
about them?
it's just like me and Evan went out. So by the time I got to the hostel, it was like 12:30. So they had already done their bedtimes routines,
didn't
and they were
meet.
like, "You're
Right.
ruining the vibe." And I, of course, it's like it's so weird to like be in that environment. And then, of course, like I'm going in the morning to the Equinox across the street to like the Body Rock Pilates
Yeah.
class because I'm spending all my money on like that, and
Mhm.
then it's like I'm like sleeping with like the most fucked up blanket I've ever seen, being like everyone's mad at me.
I'm loving where you're spending your money.
I love
you.
that.
I do get it. I do
Thank
get
you.
it.
There's almost none left.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay, you ready for our last?
For our last segment.
Yeah.
Girl, get your Glock. It's rapid fire time. We're gonna ask you a series of rapid fire questions. Don't think twice. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you a schoolgirl or are you getting schooled, girl?
I think I'm getting schooled.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, or Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Literally.
Who would you rather have go down on you, Michael Bublé or Janet Jackson?
Janet Jackson.
Are you a voice of a generation or a voice of a generation?
I'm a voice of a generation. I'm happy to be here.
Literally.
Yeah.
Are you horny or do you just need to pee?
I need to pee, and I should be doing that more often.
Do you think it's important to stretch?
Yeah, I need to do that as well more often. I tried to do like during COVID a wellness thing. My like project of COVID was to be able to do splits.
Right?
Lasted 3 days, but I think I
Middle?
should get back into that.
What's that?
To do that, that's your big project.
Is to be able to do the splits. Yeah,
How close were you?
far. I was far. I was far. I need to start over.
Do you wait, what's your favorite movie to watch on a portable DVD player?
Oh. I would love to watch Ratatouille on a portable DVD. I don't know if it's compatible with a portable DVD player, to be honest. We need to look into that.
Ratatouille came out during the Blu-ray era too, so it's like tough.
I don't know if the technology's matching up, but I'd love to see it.
You can watch on a plane.
Mhm.
Have you always wanted to clear?
You're supposed to say it like for the full effect. So take it again.
Have you always wanted to clear? Is that better?
Yeah, that was good. That was
that
really
fun for
good.
you?
That was really
Was
good.
that fun?
That was, yeah. I'm meeting you halfway. Yeah, that was good.
Would you give your key to a stranger if he was really cute?
I think I would.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Literally, I
Why
let a friend
not?
try rob me, even
When-
if you any situation. This
And
won't
by the
happen.
way, it makes sense that he asked her birthday and she thought it was zodiac sign.
Totally. We get it.
What do you want to go to pair? Oh, who's your favorite painter?
Who's my favorite painter? George W. Bush.
Great answer.
Do you want to go to Paris one day and do it both ways?
Yes, please.
Please,
But
Eiffel
we.
Oh my god, so fun.
This
I'm
is the
having a
best
blast.
ever.
You're literally so fun. I feel like we're being ourselves in a way that
I
we
know.
might regret
I love
later.
to be
This
here.
is the best way to start our lives off.
Yeah.
At
To
the
start
Spotify
our
Podcast
lives
City.
off. I know. Wait, so are you going to be LA forever or you're going straight back to...
I am going to be in LA for a couple more months and then I'm going back to New York. I really miss it.
Yeah.
I miss Brooklyn.
It's easy to miss.
Can you tell us about being a social media manager, and then
Yeah.
becoming actually a producer and a writer?
Yeah, honestly, being a social media manager was how I got into writing. Exactly. Direct line. I started being like, okay, well, these are jokes. Wait a second. And jokes are writing.
Totally.
And I like doing that. So I just started realizing I wanted to try to write. And I wrote a script and I really liked it. And I didn't get into writing for maybe like 4 more years.
Whoa.
Yeah, whole high school. And then I got a job on the other 2 as a writer.
Huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Oh,
know.
so social media helped you realize you
Mhm.
never want to touch the stuff, but you would absolutely love to write still.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I sort of was just getting closer and closer to writing a little bit until eventually I was like, this is what I want to do. Because I love my job. It was like the #2 dream job on planet Earth. I was like making shows with amazing people. And unfortunately, I was like, my #1 dream job is writing. And I think, yeah,
What's it like
I
to
had to
switch
do it.
from producer to writer? Because producer,
Yeah.
aren't you organizing stuff?
Yeah, and that was tough. That was really tough. And I'm so glad to not have to do that anymore. But sometimes I still like, wake up in the middle of the night being like,
Right.
checklist, to-do list. But it's not really my problem anymore.
It's
Yeah.
amazing
God,
because no one's a
yeah.
project manager in LA.
Nobody has ever been one. They're
No.
all in New York.
They're all in New
They're
York.
all in New York.
Yeah.
I feel like I give off that vibe, but I don't want to be. I want to be chilling. I want to be hanging out, and I'm
Mhm.
working on it.
It's really tough to make you'll always deep in your soul be a project manager
Yeah,
at some
right.
level. I still am. I still am sometimes.
It's like you make the dinner reservations.
That's
And
so
I'm late.
funny.
Now I'm late, but I made the reservation.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, that's a big part of being a writer.
Yeah, is being late.
Is being late.
And ordering salad. That's what we hear.
And ordering salad. Yeah. The
Literally.
dressing, I need to start getting the non-creamy dressings because it's been tough. Every single lunch I'm getting a creamy dressing on my salad.
I didn't know they
It's
had it at Sweet Green.
yeah, the which one is creamy there? The spicy one. Spicy
Yes.
cashew.
Yes, it is.
You're like, it's healthy. It's not
on the
healthy.
steelhead.
It's
I know.
thick.
Where
It's
were
thick.
you when you found out that a Caesar salad is as many calories as the pizza slice?
It's really tough. I think I always knew, and I was
nev-
pretending it wasn't. But it's a treat. A Caesar salad's a treat, unfortunately. It sucks.
And that's the last thing you get to say in the pod.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing
Thank you,
this. It was so fun. Where can the
guys.
people find you?
On Instagram, the real Genevieve.
The real Genevieve.
Though I think it's THO at the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
You don't even
It
know how to spell
is.
your name.
Yeah, it's hard. It's I before E for Genevieve.
I love it. And watch everything she's worked on.
Literally.
Please.
Literally.
Love it. Okay, we'll be back next week. Bye, everyone.
And make sure to follow us on Patreon and rate and review this episode and leave a comment on Spotify. We always appreciate those. And we can't wait to see you till next week. Bye.
Woo!